This is the plaintiff, Crystal White. She says she purchased a car from that scam artist Defendant's used car dealership, and the guy sold her a car that was totaled in a wreck. That's against the law. He knows it, she knows it, and she demands the $3,000 she's seeking today. This is the defendant, David Vaknin. He says the plaintiff financed a car with him 4 years ago, and he hasn't heard anything from her since the sale went through. If there was some sort of problem like this, he wouldn't have run away from it, but now she's coming after him after 4 years? Sounds fishy to him. He's accused of selling a rotten Roadster.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from the defendant. It was a disaster. The defendant says, are you kidding? She made the deal 4 years ago. It's the case of both me and my car are a wreck.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Crystal White?
Yes.
You are suing David Vaknin's company. You've asked us not to mention the company name for $3,000 that you have paid out in repairs for a car, a 2008 Nissan that he sold you 4 years ago.
Yes, 4 years.
Okay, go ahead. What's going on?
Okay, basically, I financed the vehicle from him on July 2nd, 2013. It was a 2008 Nissan Altima with over 120,000 miles.
How old are you?
27.
Wow, you look so young. Go ahead.
The day that I brought the car, I took it to my mechanic, and
After you bought it?
yeah, the day.
After buying it.
Yeah,
you brought
after
it
buying it.
Yeah,
Just to make sure
your
that,
mechanic should come take a look at it before you buy it if it's a
Right.
used car, not after.
I was new to buying a car. I didn't know. I just had a baby. I thought it would be convenient for motor transportation. And I took it to my mechanic. Overall, they did a diagnostic and was saying whatever. He said, okay, how much was the car? I told him the selling price of the vehicle was $12,400. He said, for 2008. I said, yes. I looked over the contract. The contract said that the finance charge and my APR percentage rate overall together, the car's worth $19,000. So I'm financing.
No, the car's not worth $19,000.
No,
you buying a car you can't afford is going to cost you $19,000.
Right. Yes. So,
because it costs money to borrow money.
Right.
Right.
So when I spoke to the mechanic, he's saying that did the dealership give you a Carfax? No.
Did you ask for one? You were new to it.
I don't remember.
And who's the gentleman with you?
My dad.
Okay.
When I went back 2 days later to let David know about my situation with my mechanic, and he was saying,
Wait, what was the situation with your mechanic? Other than him asking, did you get a Carfax?
He's saying, don't keep the car. Get rid of it because
Why?
it's not worth the money. It's too much money that I would have to come out of my pocket to to pay for repairs and
Okay,
stuff.
so what did he say was wrong with it?
The transmission was messed up, the struts, I needed motor mounts, and...
See, this is why you have your mechanic take a look at a used car you want to buy.
Ahead of time.
Ahead of time, you got it.
I
okay.
moved backwards.
So you go to see him when?
Maybe that Friday.
How many days after buying the car?
If I'm not mistaken, I think I brought it on a weekday. And it was like a
The dates are kind
Tuesday.
of important. The date do you have the bill of sale?
I bought it July 2nd, 2013.
Can I
That
please
was
see a bill of
Tuesday.
sale that proves conclusively rather than someone's memory from 3 years ago?
I have.
Okay. Okay, so it was July 2nd when you bought it, and then when did you bring it into your mechanic? Let me see your mechanic's.
I don't have that.
Okay. And then, according to you, what do?
I go back to David
And
let him know of the situation.
And what does David say?
David gave me a rental.
Okay.
He told me he was going to take it to his mechanic. He did something and gave me something for the weekend.
Okay.
A car for the weekend.
Okay.
When I came back, because I had went out to Maryland to visit some family, I came back, I returned his vehicle, and he told me to go pick up the vehicle that I had got from wherever the location was at.
And what kind of car was it, by the way?
The
2009
one he gave me,
Nissan.
2008.
2008 Nissan
Altima.
Altima. Okay.
When I came back, I went to whoever his shop was, and they gave me the car. It was good for like that day. went back to David again. And
Do you have any proof of all these times that you go back there?
No.
Because you're telling me this 3 years later.
I've been going back and forth with him for a long time. I go back.
Well, but
I
what's
speak to his
relevant
daughter.
is, did you go back and forth and tell him I want my money back in the first 7 days? Because I think that's what
Within-
your
yeah,
contract
that's
said.
the-
Well, I know, but you got to prove that part. Because watch this. Did she come in and tell you I want my money back in the first 7 days?
No.
Right. That's what happens. And so, according to you, when is the first time you hear from her?
So she takes the car to a mechanic after the fact. Does she have a leg to stand on?
I don't think she does. She should have had it checked out before she bought it. That was her fault.
Enough said. Going inside the courtroom.
I don't remember because it's been 4 years since she bought the car. But what I remember when we sold her the car, we also
Yeah, it's
sold,
4 years, not 3 years.
what I do have, we sold also a warranty on the car. So I mean, if anything goes wrong, she can take it to any mechanic and fix it.
Not any mechanic?
Any
can fix it?
mechanic, any.
It doesn't have to be to you?
No.
Okay.
So I remember, I do have it here with me, which we did.
Let me see the warranty.
It's including with the purchase.
So it's a third-party warranty?
Yes.
Right. So you actually bought a third-party warranty insurance so that they would cover the repairs.
From Wynn's extended warranty.
Yeah, that's right.
That's who I've been giving the car to. They've been fixing it.
Oh, okay. So you know that. I was
Yeah.
scared that you
Oh,
didn't
no,
know
I knew
what you
about the-
bought.
No, I knew about
Okay.
the warranty.
So what is it you're suing for?
Because the value of the car is not worth the money that I've been putting to it.
Right. You do know we do live in America, and this is a capitalistic society.
Yes.
And if it sounds to me like what you're saying is that 4 years after the fact, when you have paid for repairs, you've taken advantage of the warranty, which you're entitled to, you've driven the car. 4 years later, you're looking at me and telling me I want $3,000 back. And on what planet? Why would I do that? Why would I order him to pay you $3,000? He hasn't heard from you or seen you in 3 years.
It sounds like that, but it's not like that. I've been going back to him. I go back, it's a holiday, they're closed. I go back, I speak to
3 years.
another
But in any event,
person,
when you
they don't want to deal with me.
Okay, but somebody is dealing with you. Wynn is dealing with you, right?
Right.
Does she have any warranty from you guys, or no? It's a
No.
third-party warranty. They don't have to deal with you.
Yeah, no.
It's a used car with a third. How many miles did it have?
120,000.
So it has over 100,000 miles. So by law, they don't have to give you a warranty. They sold you a third-party warranty, which you were smart to get, and it paid for your bills. Now, you've had trouble making the payments, right?
Right, yeah.
In fact, your car has been repossessed how many times?
3 times.
Okay. All right. Court is not a way to get some cash to pay for an expenditure you probably shouldn't have made. Okay?
That's why I tried to cancel the contract before the deadline.
Yeah, but a contract, and what did they say? No, we want our money,
No,
right?
credit
Because you
ex-
signed a contract.
Credit acceptance said it's at the discretion of the dealer. That's
Oh, he's
why
not
I
going
kept-
to. Oh, please. He's so out of it by this point. Let me tell you how it works. There's a car. The car costs $12,000. You finance it. Finance company pays him $12,000. Guess who makes all that other money? The finance company, not him.
Right.
He might get like a service fee for having referred it to them or something, and that's it. He's been out of this for years, okay? Anything you want to add?
I want to add that I'm proud of my business and I don't do anything wrong. That's what I mean to say.
Okay. Well put. All right, verdict for the defendant. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry you find yourself in this pickle, but there is no way that you could ever prove this case, prove he did something wrong just because you've had a used car for a long time and it's cost you a lot of money. And, oh, I hate those finance charges. Look how big they are, and I'm paying all this money for an old car. That is all the stuff you think through before you sign on the dotted line. Verdict for the defendant.
Well, you may feel sorry for the plaintiff in this deal, but not much you could do with the judge. I mean, 3 years, 4 years later, coming back, you're out of luck. What's the status of the car right now?
It's good because I put so much money into it.
So it's still running.
Right. It's better than when I brought it.
Well, then why are you suing at this point if the car's doing okay?
Because I have to pay extra money. So it's like a 2008 used car. I'm paying $19,000 with taxes and fees.
So it's the car payments that are getting to you.
No, the car payments is not what it is. It's the overall price of the vehicle.
Yeah, I know that. But you made that decision when you bought the car, you know?
Right.
I'm so sorry for you, but you're helpless here in court today. I'm sorry. You learned a good lesson, though. I'm sure of that. Here comes the defendant. I'm sure you were kind of surprised to get sued over this, weren't you?
After so long, yes.
Yeah, I would assume you've been shocked. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you did nothing wrong.
I
Okay?
didn't.
All right.
Even if she would come to me, I would try to help, even after so many years. But
Really?
She never came to me.
Well, you're a good guy. Thank you very much. All right, sir. Harvey, a lot of lessons in this case for a lot of people. What do you think?
Okay, you know what? Everybody's entitled to make a bad deal. In this case, clearly, dude's right that you go to the mechanic, especially. I mean, the crazy thing is, it's a 9-year-old car. You never buy a 9-year-old car without going to a mechanic first.